Alright, so in Homicide, this is where your AI partner starts trolling. This is the reason why there's a Rusty Please emote. Rusty can be horrible and cost you minutes. Especially in the second case of Homicide. Yeah, he likes to not be super into driving for you, so fast traveling can be very difficult.
Let's get this over before lunch.
It'll take a lot of time.
Clyde Rose of the Homicide Squad has decided to take early retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst. A man gets from 20...
One thing to note here is it's a minor thing for sure, but if you see where Cole Phelps is sitting, he's sitting on the chair closer to the aisle, I guess. And he always does that during the cutscene. But sometimes when you spawn or when you get control, he just for some reason is sitting on the chair closer to the wall. I have no idea why that happens or how that happens. It makes no sense. Yeah, here we go. I was clearly sitting closer to the aisle, but I ended up by the wall. It's pretty solid.
Do you have the address?
So, Rusty is terrible in every way. However, he is less annoying when it comes to leaving the station. He's less annoying than Bukowski. He doesn't always insist on opening the right door. Alright. So here there's going to be a cutscene as soon as you enter here. And then try to keep to the left here, so you keep running. If you get close to the body, Cole slows down. So yeah, just do a little bit of a curve to the left there, so he keeps running.
It's like some kind of puzzle or parlor game.
This, just mash A here until he gets here. And then, this is very simple. You start at the bottom, then you go up. So 2 times to the left. So 3 times. 1 time to the right on the next one, and then 2 times to the left. Very simple. Then just mash B to get out.
Why steal a table lighter?
When you get out of this, just hold forward, keep running. And then do the same little curvy thing. Here you can really grab any car. For something like no skips, where you have to drive yourself. Grabbing this car would be bad because it's pretty slow. The coroner's car is pretty slow. But since we just fast travel everywhere, it doesn't matter at all. So yeah, you just look at the lighter and then go to Bomba Club. At the Bomba Club, you cannot skip this cutscene right here.
Gentlemen,
You can't avoid it
what can
either.
I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for an agency.
Homicide is where the game
Do you remember a woman
or
who
the
came in
run
here
starts
last
to
night?
feel a bit lengthy.
5'7", 10 pounds.
At least for me,
blonde hair,
traffic
about
is
40 years of
super
age.
chill, easy.
You mean Celine?
And Vice and Arson are also kind of like light.
Yes.
They're not that bad.
Do you know anything about her?
But by the end of or towards the end of Homicide, it really gets
I would.
a bit
It's the back of the
lengthy.
Where's the hibiscus? You can't miss it.
Right, so just after
Anything else?
talking to this guy, just run to the back.
I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me through.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
For this interrogation,
Investigating the murder of Celine.
we're just gonna spam truth.
Do you know her?
Celine?
Very simple.
Sure I know.
It's gonna be one piece of evidence popping up in this during this interrogation that we need to exit out of. So
Celine is
just keep an eye out for that.
was a lovely woman.
Was Mrs. Henry here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly.
A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
You know him?
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes, at around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Sir, just mash A.
A waitress.
So you pick up this thing. And then once it's open, just mash B.
I think this could be a great help.
And then stop mashing B here.
You know the husband?
You want to stop mashing B because if you mash it too long, you'll close the notebook.
He met Celine on a
Goes out of the interrogation.
The war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Which will be used a couple times during the run.
No, not in my opinion.
But it's unfortunately not
Was he ever
very
violent
useful.
with her?
Or
Celine came in here last night looking like she...
other than those 2 times, it's not really useful.
They don't live together anymore, so it might not have been...
As far as we know right now.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
Right, so now we just run back out and take a right, and Coroner's car will be on the right side of the building.
Remember that.
Rusty will be kind of slow here,
Let's
but
get out of here.
he'll come around.
Hey, what's the hurry? My stool was just starting to warm up nicely.
We go to Henry residence.
Great. How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
And at the Henry residence, we'll do something, something to kind of speed things up. I hope I will be able to explain it properly. Skip this cutscene. When you get to the door, there's another cutscene to skip, and then you run to the kitchen. I run along the backside here, and then interact with the fridge. Or you can just mash B, and then a long dialogue will start between Cole and Rusty. But Rusty will start moving during this, so what I do is I line up by the... over here, by the phone.
Get technical services out.
Because he'll walk close to the phone now. Here we go.
Take all day about it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Okay, I walked a bit too far, but yeah, that just lines him up close to the phone early, so he starts his call early, or faster. Press the back button to open your notepad. Go to Jacob Henry, and then as soon as you hear him hang up,
How are we gonna look getting around in this thing?
if you listen closely, you can hear him hang up the phone. I was kind of talking over it now, but you can hear it. Then you can start holding Y to skip, to start skipping. Here, for whatever reason, this is the only place where if you shoot your gun, you just spawn in here. I have no idea why, and it's like I said, it's only this location. So just press that bumper and then tap right bumper, and you'll
So who could
trigger the
kill Celine?
cutscene.
Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose.
With this interrogation, it's very important that the first question
You know
you
where
select
she went,
lie,
Jacob. You're
and then you
lying.
can just
Why
mash
would I
A
help you
to
if
pick
you
the
keep lying?
Bamba lighter, because that's the first piece of
Look,
evidence we picked up.
I'm telling you, I don't know.
So yeah, just mash A to the Bamba lighter.
We know she went to the Bomba Club.
The bartender there. He calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home.
And the remaining of
Called
his
me last
questions,
night.
the next 2, are just truth. So,
No.
just spam.
Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night, I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
Why did you kill her, Jacob?
So after this question, we'll get into a fight with him.
To say.
And for fights, the best way to deal with them is to dodge just as
Separated from your wife.
people are trying to hit you, and then punch them. And that will, because those punches deal more damage.
Couldn't provide.
So optimally for this fight, we will do 2 dodge combos, which just means press Hold LT to get in the to be in the fight mode. Press X to dodge, and then press A to hit. However, like here, you see he's wasting so much time before he actually does the hitting. So sometimes he'll just do this. And if it takes too long to actually like start punching you if he doesn't seem willing, also he just fell into place there. That's pretty neat. If it takes very long, if people take very long to start hitting you, just tap them once, just hit them once with a punch.
Phelps, badge
Then they usually get pissed off enough to start hitting you. So yeah.
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective.
So here we'll do another menu,
Message from the coroner.
another map thing. So I like to do it during this because I don't have to touch my controller anyway. So just open the map and go pretty much straight down until this part right here, where you see the C in Central, where it kind of like intersects the road here. I like to just place it right there and then exit out.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt.
So once again, press M to open the map and press start on the controller to close it immediately.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc.
Alright, so
Give me R&I.
after this we get to
I need to
a
register
kind of an
Two boy
interesting place, or spot I guess,
I'll need to contact
in the
DOB.
run, where if you mash here you can really screw yourself over. So you want to be,
Other messages?
so once you get in the car after this conversation, you want to be very careful,
Any and all suspects return to Central.
or very deliberate I should say.
Immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
So we can skip this cutscene right here, run over to the car, and just hold to fast travel. And here, the car radio is gonna go off, the police radio. And what we want is for them, like they say, car 11K, come in, and then we want them to start talking about the license plate that we just called in. The 2boy899 or whatever it is. We need to wait for that objective update. We need to wait for them to tell us the address of Alonso Monday, no, whatever it is. I can't remember what it's called. It's called Mendez something Mendez. Yeah, we need to wait for the objective update and the getting the address. Otherwise, we won't trigger the next part. However, Rusty also really wants to talk about how amazing he is with women. So if Rusty starts talking, press A once to skip that, and then the car radio thing should start going. And make sure you don't skip that before it pops up with, oh, new objective. So yeah, let's see what we get. Sometimes Rusty won't get the time to talk, and sometimes he will. A lot of the time he will.
Carruthers said she
Yeah,
took a
so
real
once Carruthers said she took a real pounding starts, press A once,
11K, go
and then we
ahead.
just wait for the update.
License plate 2boy8899, belonging to a brown 1936 Pontiac, registered to an Alonso Mendez, apartment 16 at 402.
So on the left side now, we'll pop up with new objective. Now we can start mashing A again. That's very important. Trigger cutscene. Don't mash A as usual, so to avoid having to look at the mailboxes. And then we'll do another action skip. This action skip is kind of interesting because there's a strat that saves about 5 seconds every time you do it, and since you do this 3 times, you can save essentially 15 seconds.
Kick the door in.
So just hold right here,
See what you can find.
go to the end of the hall, and look at the tire iron in the box. Here it defaults to the lipstick, so you want to tap right to get to this. And the angle you want for this is essentially just left. Just hold left. Then you can start spamming B to get out of it immediately. So what you want to do here is obviously press A to skip the cutscene. And then when you run right here, I'll show you when I go back in. This is what normally happens. You just go back in and then you run downstairs. But on this little table right here, there's a key that you can interact with. And if you mash A and you get kind of lucky, when Phelps is automatically running out here, you can stop him. You can trigger this and then just run back. Or run down, I mean. And that saves him to run. There saves Cole running all the way to the window and then climbing out of the window and then having to climb back in. So yeah, let's see if I hope I can get it at least once. Just to show how it looks. There we go. So you can see how that saves a decent amount of time. Be careful with Rusty there, because when you do that, if you go really fast for this section, he gets very confused and starts running back into the apartment, and he actually disappears. Yeah, so you wanna aim for that. So just I hold left for whatever reason and just spam and hope for the best. That's all you can do really. And yeah, you just run down the stairs. Try to cut these corners. Then make it quick but safe. That's the end of that. As always, we skip a couple cutscenes. And then we get our case report. That's where we split.